Okay, getting ready for the last round here with this Karn Amulet list. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm usually a big proponent of Crumbling Vestige, and I think I like Layer of the Hydra better. There's a question of like, can you fit both in the mana base? Probably involves going down to one Tolaria West, which I don't really like doing without Colossus. I'll keep this. I think this is just one of those sorts of grazer into constructs hands. They also now have artifacts to make the constructs better, so. Let's see if our opponent is Mana Light. They might have kept a Mana Light hand on Ragavan's back. If that's the case, we might be well set up. Given that we have a second bounce land, I think it makes sense to play the Amulet here. If this gets counterspelled, I guess that's kind of bad. Yeah, that's, I guess, a thing. So I guess we'll just map. This breeding pool we might be transmuting at some point eventually. I mean, oof. No land? Good. If they had a land and got to Karn there, that would have been pretty awful for us. Ending? Okay. Opponent is doing things. I guess I'll play the Growth Chamber in some world I might want to transmute. Like if I draw a Tolaria West, I'd like to be able to have the mana to transmute it. Opponents' first few turns, they have played a lot of cards that have done things, but we are probably just eventually going to cast a Primeval Titan off this cavern, and so they probably need to get like a good Planeswalker going if they're gonna take over the game. Ren is a good Planeswalker, yeah. I guess I'll probably pact for Dryad here. I think in the face of counter magic, I don't expect this pack is going to resolve later. And blocking Ragavan seems good. And just develop our mana. Just think if I don't block this Ragavan, I'll be giving my opponent way too much mana. Opponent is definitely doing a lot of things very efficiently. Turn 1 Ragavan, Counterspell, Spreading Seas, Prismatic Engine, Lightning Bolt, like everything they've done has been extremely efficient. In any sort of reasonable world, we wouldn't have any chance in this game, just based on the level of efficiency with which our opponent has played it, but we are playing Amulet, so we can't just top deck Titan, play it off a Cavern, and just win. Yeah, I'll Cavern on Giant. It's a little weak to Spreading Seas, but we can always bounce it if it gets Spreading Seas. And I'd like to be able to maybe get Talaria West and a different good land. That's not great for us. We'll see what our opponent's packing in their sideboard as far as artifacts. This could go one of a couple ways. Could be like they have is engineered explosives and it's not a big deal. If they have like a torpor orb, this could just be an absolute blowout. Okay, so they don't have anything, it looks like, to get with this Karn. Seize the growth chamber. Guess I'll pick up the growth chamber. They are a Yorian deck after all. The fact that they went for the growth chamber and not the cavern means they probably don't have counter magic in hand. Just every Karn. This is the third Karn they have hit on Fragavan. Will they cast it? They still don't cast it. So I think I'm going to get Talaria West and Valakut. I'd like to be able to attack with Vigilance if possible. But we're probably just going to get like Ren ulted out of the game. Opponent had a very, very good draw against us. And just every turn of the game just sort of lined up well for them. Maybe I'm supposed to get Sunhome. Maybe I'm supposed to get Radiant Fountain. How many bolts are about to go at our face? Probably just dead regardless. I think this is just going to be ult Ren and bolt us down. Can't imagine this game going really any other way. Radiant Fountain wouldn't have made a difference. The only thing that might have made a difference is like Radiant Fountain plus bounce land, and you know, at that point we're just losing to everything. Um, okay, so we want a Bajuka Bog and a Cavern. Probably don't want this Radiant Fountain. Maybe drop a Saga, or I could drop a Castle. They're probably gonna have a lot of Saga hate. I'm not really in on Saga here. Oh, I should bring in the Kozilek, I suppose. Keep forgetting to bring in the Kozilek against non-mill matchups. It's got a Cavern of Souls. Perfect hand. Cavern of Souls and 6 other cards. Perfect hand. This does sort of give away right away that I have Cavern, but I really want to explore on too. And there's actually like some value in showing the Cavern to your opponent because it makes them more likely to tap out, and then you get to resolve like a Summoner's Pact or a Karn because they're just like afraid of the Cavern plus Titan. Spreading Seas the Saga, I assume. Or maybe Ren. Spreading Seas Saga, sure. Fine. Okay, so we'll play this. Next turn we can, if we draw a blank, we can bounce and transmute. It's slow, but it is a Titan eventually. Dash Ragavan, is that what you're doing? That's fine. Got it. Yeah, I'll definitely Kozilek game 3 if we get that far. Probably just cutting another Saga. Just doesn't feel like a real card. We could Pact now. I don't think I'm going to. This is more like a tap out control deck, and just giving them free reign to just do whatever they want on their turn is not exactly where I want to be. I don't think they actually run that much counter magic, and if they do have a counter spell, it's bound to like do something eventually, so. Sure. Suppose I should probably get a blue mana using Vesuva and the event that they just always hit the Karns every time. What do they got? Explosives, sure. Grazer isn't the worst thing ever to draw. Do I want a cavern? Probably not. We're probably gonna draw like expedition map now, or Karn of our own while they have a Karn that of course we can't draw a Primeval Titan, but just their Ragavan hits, the non-stop Ragavan hits. That's just frustrating. Like, they've hit Karn into Titan. We have drawn no relevant cards. Yeah. Okay. Well, I suppose if this Urza Saga had been a Kozilek, we'd be in better shape. So I really have no one to blame but myself, I suppose. Alright. 4-1. Not bad. Alright, that's it for this league, I guess.